Hey everybody, and welcome to Jokkerz Wildside. I am Lobo,
I'm Jax.
I'm Clay.
and today we got not a crazy amount of news. Finally, the last couple of weeks has been crazy. But before we get going, how you guys been? How was your weekend?
Yes.
Perfect. You Clay?
Flashbacks.
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 We're getting flashbacks of fire tornadoes right now.
Are you in a video game?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what
Yeah.
game? What game were you guys playing?
Helldivers 2.
Nice,
Game fun.
nice.
Fun game.
Well, let's jump right into it then. Uh, because we don't have much. But actually, right before we do, a reminder to you guys: in the next few weeks, this is the last week we'll be doing a Monday for a while, till we get our schedules back in sync. Um, we'll be doing Fridays, a long, most likely
Mm-hmm.
podcast. Until we get that fixed, though, it'll be only Fridays, and then the rest of the weeks we'll try to fill out with other videos. Um, but we'll let you know when we'll be doing Mondays again. It'll probably be a little bit though, as we gotta fix some schedule stuff, but that's fine. We'll get it back on track. Uh, First, Raiders signed former Chicago Bears guard Cody Whitehair to a 1 year deal. Uh, he follows the offensive line uh, special team, no, assistant coach from
Mm-hmm.
Chicago over to LA. So cool. Hopefully he does a good job and doesn't leave whoever our new quarterback is to die. We
You
still
know,
have,
I hope with all my heart that the Raiders are good one day.
I mean, in 22 years, I think two playoff appearances. Not good.
Welcome to my
Although,
life.
yeah. Funny, funny enough though, we might have two appearances in the last 22 years. We're still the sixth most winningest team in history.
Mm.
So before that, it was just a lot of wins, a lot of playoff, and we just last 22 decades has been a shit show. Speaking of shit shows, no, I'm just playing. The way they fell apart last year, maybe. The Eagles extend wide receivers Devontae Smith's contract to 3 more years. He was probably one of their brighter spots, especially at the end of the season. They kind of just fell apart,
Mm-hmm.
and they had aspirations of possibly showing up to the Super Bowl again, and they got beat in the first round of the playoffs, right? Right, Clay?
The Raiders?
No, the
Or
Eagles.
the Eagles? Yeah, they got knocked out the first round.
Yeah, so sucks for them.
Crybaby Eagles.
Yeah,
I
for
don't
real.
really care.
uh,
And then, other than the new rebranding of the Jets and their
oh, that's right.
apparel line and their logos,
Hmm.
I don't think we have much other for NFL news.
Yeah, the Jets went back to the mid '90s Jets logo.
1978 to 1989 logo. They made it a little bit darker, is what you were saying.
Yeah, it looks like it's darker and it has some black on it, but it might be just an outline. But
I think it's an outline because it looks closer together,
mhm.
but trying to do a side by side, it was very difficult to tell.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely went retro on that. Any thoughts on that, Clay? You excited to see that old Jets logo back?
It ain't a rebrand until they rename it New Jersey Jets because they ain't in New
they're,
York.
yeah, they're not in New York. Yeah,
New York people will just get pissed off if that's the case.
yes,
We're
for
the,
real.
we're the only New York team
Technically, you're correct because both New York Giants and New York Jets play in New Jersey.
in the same stadium.
Mm-hmm. That, yeah, definitely.
But I had the stadium this week.
Yeah. No, what they
Yes.
need to do is bring one team back into New York and then change the name of the other one to New Jersey, whatever it is. Probably the Jets.
Probably the Jets, because
Yeah,
New
it's
Jersey Giants. There's
yeah.
not really
The
anything
Jets
giant in New
rolls
Jersey.
off. Yeah, the Jets definitely roll off the tongue better.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, but sick and tired of seeing the NFL say, "Oh, which New York team's your favorite?" And all the comments are like, "There's only one team in New York."
Hmm.
Every
Yeah,
year, it's always the same. From what I
yeah.
love seeing it every year.
Well, That's all the NFL, but we're gonna jump into the USFL. No,
UFL.
UFL. Jesus Christ, UFL. Week 3. It was a pretty good week of games. We had the DC Defenders defeat Arlington Renegades 29-28. In Arlington, they came back ridiculously. I think they scored 11 points in the last minute.
Dang.
So they played really well, especially at the end, closed it out. Uh, Birmingham Stallions, I believe, remain undefeated with the 33-14 win over Memphis Showboats. Showboats continue to struggle. Michigan Panthers continue to show up the NFL counterpart as they beat Houston Roughnecks 34-20, and the St. Louis Battlehawks beat San Antonio Brahmas 31-24. I think this is Brahma's first loss. The standings now are in the XFL. St. Louis Battlehawks, as they just beat San Antonio Brahmas, are 2-1. San Antonio as well 2-1. DC Defenders 2-1, and Arlington Renegades 0-3. Still have not been able to win.
So everybody's won on Renegades. Nobody's won on anybody else.
Pretty much, everybody has at least one win on the Renegades. It seems like there's going to be a race to the end. On the other side, though, Birmingham Stallions have beat everybody. They're 3-0. Michigan Panthers 2-1. Memphis Showboats 1-2. And Houston Roughnecks still cannot get a win to save their lives as they're 0-3. It's starting to play out. I want to see how many more games there is. Give me a second.
I believe there's 10 games, and so that's should be 7 more games.
Okay, so we got time. Yeah. But on Friday we'll talk about week 4 and the games and the picks. We will, and then after that we'll be doing everything pretty much, the results and the picks on Fridays going forward. But other than that, let's jump into some NBA as the NBA weird ass playoffs are up. As Clay so elegantly said about that bracket.
The bracket
It's
looks
so fucking-
horrible.
it's
Okay, so I'm
confusing.
gonna explain the bracket for you guys that don't. I mean, it's not that hard. It's just it. I understand why.
It looks like a damn flowchart.
It kind of is. So pretty much, we'll go over the seeds besides the last few, and then we'll go at the end on the play-in games. Okay. So at number 1 on the West, the Kansas City Thunder have clinched that spot. At number 2, we got Denver. At 3, Minnesota. At 4, LA Clippers. At 5, Dallas Mavericks. And at 6, Phoenix Suns. The 2 playing games on the West are New Orleans and LA Lakers, and then Sacramento Kings versus Golden State Warriors. I'll explain a little bit after we go over the East. The East, number 1 and the best team in the NBA, the Boston Celtics with 64 wins. Number 2, we got the New York Knicks. Number 3, we got the Milwaukee Bucks. Number 4, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Surprisingly to me, I didn't expect that from them, or that at least that high. Number 5, we got the Orlando Magic. Number, what was I, 6, the Indiana Pacers. And then the 2 playing games are 76ers and the Heat. And the second one is the Chicago Bulls and Atlanta Hawks. All right, so now the playing games, guys. It looks a little complicated, but it's not really. So the 7 and 8 seed will play to get the 7th seed. The winner of that will get that seed that will go up against the Nuggets. The loser of that game will go on to play the winner of the 9th and 10th seed. And the winner from that game of the 9th and 10th and the loser from 7 and 8 will go to play the number 1 seed Oklahoma City Thunder, or on the other side, however it plays out.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much winners of 7 and 8 take 7 seed. The loser of that game will go on to face the winner of 9 and 10, and then the last seed will be the winner of that.
It's just a little goofy, but
Oh, it is.
I get it.
It is.
So I also have a little bit of basketball news, not directly NBA.
Okay, go for it.
So the USA basketball team is finalizing its 2024 Paris Olympics men basketball roster, including 7 of the generation iconic players, such as LeBron,
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry,
Obvious.
Kevin Durant,
Ooh.
and Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Anthony Davis,
Okay, Lakers.
Devin Booker,
Atlanta Hawks.
Minnesota.
Oh, is it Minnesota?
Yep.
Okay.
Anthony Edwards,
Okay.
Jason Tatum,
Jason Tatum, Celtics.
Drew Holiday,
Drew Holiday, Heat.
Bam Abadeo.
Abu Dios. How do you pronounce it?
That one.
Adebayo.
Uh,
Dyslexia hit you there.
A little bit. Tyrese Halliburton.
Hmm.
The coach will be Steve Kerr,
From the Golden State Warriors.
and it will be his first Olympic appearance.
Ooh, okay.
Kerr will also be reunited with Durant. That's the best that I got right now.
Nice. Do you still have any questions on that playoff bracket that's like, kind of weird? Play.
It makes sense, but it doesn't.
No, no,
just-
it makes
they-
sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't. Like
Yeah.
the NFL makes it so much easier.
They made it a little overly complicated
I just don't see why a loser gets another chance.
because
They're just
they're a higher seed.
the NBA is just giving a lot more chances to
Mhm.
the people who didn't do very well in the season.
Exactly.
like-
That's what I'm saying. It's just
Agreed.
like your Lakers are gonna have another chance. Don't worry.
No, but I mean, look at their record. 47-35. That's a winning record.
Mhm.
Look at the East. The Bulls are 39-43. The next one is 36-46. They're under 500. Why the hell are they in it?
Exactly.
Because they're 9-10.
Best numbers that can be there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So
They made it a little funky for sure.
they should do like the NFL, have only 7 teams go into there.
Yeah, I think they want more teams so they have more games to get money out of. It's a
Well,
money
don't
grab.
they do like best of 3 or whatever the damn
No,
schedule
no.
goes?
The first one is best of 5. The next ones are best of 7s.
What the fuck? That's, they already have plenty of games. Why make it that long?
Because they want that money.
Gosh.
Well, let's move on to another sport that's coming into their playoff run. Here is the NHL. Whoops, not wrong one. As the standings are, nothing is 100% legit, as we were talking before we went on live.
So the official
Mhm.
bracket will not be released until all 16 teams have been properly placed.
Mhm.
I believe it is a 3-day wait period, so we will finally get the roster
On
the
Friday.
18th or 19th. I don't know how to do math. So,
Yeah.
because I count today as a day, but
No, it's tomorrow.
yeah.
But regardless, most of the teams that are in the playoffs have already been picked. It's just the standings still might move. The
Mhm.
only team that will not move is Dallas Stars.
They
who-
are
number
definitely on the board.
Yeah, they're the only one that's going to be number 1. With the amount of games left, they're the only one that cannot be moved. So, on the East, we got 2 more playoff positions, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2 more playoff positions, and we got 5 teams playing for them. Those 5 teams are New York Islanders, Washington Capitals, yep, Detroit Red Wings, Philadelphia Flyers, and Pittsburgh Penguins. The most likely to make it, New York Islanders, and after that, it's
Clay just sent that over.
okay. We'll talk about it in a bit. As I thought,
Mhm.
sorry about that, but it looks like New York Islanders are for sure one of them. The next one, it's a 3-way toss-up with Pittsburgh Penguins a chance to sneak in. On the East, though, we have 6 of the 8 teams in the playoffs. We got the New York Rangers at number 1 right now. It still can change. Carolina Hurricanes, Boston Bruins, Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs, and then to round out the 6, Tampa Bay Lightning. Whoops, wrong one. And then on the West, all the teams are chosen. The positions just will change. The West has Dallas at 1, 100% guaranteed. The rest, who knows? Vancouver, Winnipeg Jets, Colorado Avalanche, Edmonton Oilers. I know you happy about that right now at 5,
Ooh.
but they have a possibility to jump to number 4 and not 3. I think there are too many games behind on that one points, but at least one more spot or two. Then we got Nashville at 6, LA Kings at 7, and Las Vegas Golden Knights, the defending champions, at 8. So all those positions could pretty much change somewhat. So that's why the bracket hasn't been sent out.
Mhm.
But I think there's still a few more scheduled games here today. Let's check out the schedule. Da, 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 da. Yeah,
So there's a few
there are
games being played
Yeah,
right now.
there is. Right now we got 4, 5, 6 live games. It looks like 3, 6.
Yeah.
I do not see the scores here in this one. So what do
So
we got?
Sabres and Lightning 2-1 in their second portion.
Mhm.
Predators Penguins 3-1.
Ooh.
Penguins leading in their second. Bruins and Capitals 0-1 Capitals. They're also in their second. Islanders Devils. Islanders leading with 3-1. Canadians and Red Wings 4-2. Canadians leading on that. Senators Rangers. Rangers leading 1-0.
Okay.
Also, all games into the second. Islanders Devils is now at the end of the second.
All right. I'm not gonna pick any of those games because they're far along. The ones I am gonna put is Edmonton to beat San Jose, so the Oilers to get that win, and LA Kings to beat Minnesota somehow. For tomorrow, there's quite a few games. Okay, we got Toronto Maple Leafs at Florida, and that should be a good game. Florida is at home. What are their standings? Their their thingamabobbers.
The Maple Leafs and the Panthers. You have the Panthers at a 5-4-1 on a 3-win streak, and the Maple Leafs on a 6-3-1 on a 2-loss streak.
Give me Florida. That's kind of easy then.
Yeah, let's go Florida on going on.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick a few more winners just quickly because they should be whoopings here. I think Vegas will beat Chicago, and I think Vancouver will beat Calgary, and Boston will beat Ottawa. And then on Wednesday, we got 4 games. Woo! All of them except the last one, really, with the possibility of no, they all will change the playoffs here. We got Toronto at Tampa Bay, which will be probably the better game of the night. We got Pittsburgh and New York Islanders. That might be for the playoff spot that we were talking about. St. Louis at Dallas, and Edmonton Oilers in Arizona. Give me Tampa Bay to beat Toronto at home. Give me Pittsburgh to beat New York Islanders at New York. Give me Dallas to destroy St. Louis, and give me Edmonton to beat the future Utah team. The future Utah hockey team.
I'm down for it.
And then finally, for our last game of the season for the NHL before the playoffs, we got quite a few matchups. There's 2 games here that I'm gonna pick 2 quick winners. Vegas to beat the Ducks and Kings to beat Chicago. And then the 2 games that look interesting is Edmonton Oilers versus at Colorado Avalanche. I know they're both kind of fighting here for a playoff position. Give me Colorado at home to beat Edmonton Oilers.
I'll fight you, Clay.
You'll fight me?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you
Avalanche.
got? Avalanche.
Oilers. I know Avalanche is your team, so well, the most team that you're oriented towards.
And then finally, which I think is going to be the game of the night for the final game of the season, the Vancouver Canucks versus the Winnipeg Jets.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be very, very good as they're both at the top tier of the league. Winnipeg is at home. What are their records and standings for the last game? They're in the West.
That one. Avalanche and Canucks. Avalanche are on a 3-5-2 two-loss streak, and the Canucks are on a 5-4-1
Nope,
one
wrong
win
game.
streak.
It's
What-
Canucks versus Winnipeg Jets, way up by Dallas Stars.
Oh, I said Avalanche.
Yeah.
Whoops. Jets 6-3-1 on a 6-win streak, with the Canucks 5-4-1 on a 1-win streak.
Give me the Jets to pull out at home and possibly overtake that second position, because they're 1 point away from each other right now. What do you think, Clay?
I would say the Canucks.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Canucks as well.
Okay. Either way, I think that's going to be a great game to finish off the season right there. The last game of the season officially is going to be the LA Kings versus Chicago Blackhawks, but that should be a pretty simple win for the Kings. Watch them lose. Fucking A. Now, let's jump into some Major League Baseball here. There's not a lot of news. We already talked about the translator from the Dodgers player. God damn it, I brain farted right now. The Japanese player. Otani, thank you. I farted bad. He has turned himself into the feds for what the investigation is showing, that he did embezzle and steal that money from Otani. Also just saw this. Gronk spikes first pitch on the Red Sox game. He spiked the baseball.
He's in the wrong sport right now.
Definitely, that is hilarious. I want to see this video so bad. I'll watch it later, but that is funny. Let's move on into our top 10 and bottom 10 teams for the Major League Baseball here. We'll do bottom today first. Our 10th worst team is the Oakland A's, soon to be the San Francisco A's, soon to be Las Vegas A's. Or maybe they'll switch the name around. The next one is St. Louis Cardinals. I forgot their actual name. After that, we got Minnesota Twins, Washington, what is fucking Washington? No, on the other one.
Why is there so many baseball teams?
Washington, nope, go up. Washington Nationals.
Yep.
Seattle, fuck, I can't remember anybody's name. Seattle, down, right there.
Astros, Mariners.
Yeah, Seattle Mariners. Jesus, San Francisco Giants, Houston Astros, Colorado Rockets. Miami is not the worst team. Miami Marlins are not the worst team. The worst team this week or today, Chicago White Sox. Sucks for them. Now our top 10 teams. We got at number 10, Baltimore Orioles. At number 9, Cincinnati Reds. Detroit Tigers. At 7, we got LA Dodgers. Then Kansas City Royals. At 5, 3, 4, 5, yeah, Atlanta Braves. Are there still Braves? Yeah, Braves. Okay.
Mhm.
With all these name changes, kind of annoying. Dude. Atlanta Braves. Pittsburgh Pirates, surprising everybody. Cleveland Guardians, I think, is their new name. Yeah, Cleveland Guardians is their new name. I still like their older name better. Milwaukee Brewers at number 2. At number 1, continuing from last week, New York, the Yankees.
Let's go Yankees.
I mean, I'm a fan of the Yankees, but I Dodgers. Give me the Dodgers always.
I don't know who to go for, so
Always been a fan of the Yankees.
I know who you go for. The Bees.
let's go Bees.
Alrighty. With that, though, we have most of our sports. Let's go into our segment with Clay on some footy. Clay, the floor is yours.
Let's get into our hot topic of all the news of footy with a lot of news today.
Nice.
So 4 things.
Actually, let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, so the standard.
And one of them's not even MLS, so let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
branching out.
Yeah, it's really big topic right now. As this is like everyone's favorite team, unless you're in England. So, um, but we'll get into the MLS news first. Um, Sporting Kansas City and Miami set the fourth highest attendance for a single match in MLS history with 72,610 people. Uh, I think that is actually a bullshit thing, but just because they moved the game to Arrowhead, that's all. That's the only
Yeah.
reason why you hit that number is because you can't even play in your own stadium. And watch next game they're going to be playing in their home stadium, Children's Mercy Park, and then they'll continue playing in that game and only move it because of Messi. Thing is
Mm-hmm.
stupid. So stupid.
Mm-hmm. But they got to make room for Messi. Everybody wants to see Messi.
Yeah, I want to see Messi too, but we're not gonna move RSL to Rice Eccles Field or Brigham Young. It's not really gonna change anything. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
exactly.
um, but other news here: another weekend of multiple teams getting red cards, including Portland's keeper, leaving them at a 10-man at the start of the second half. Thought that was crazy. Saw that yesterday. Um, it was honestly a stupid move by their keeper. Definitely got a red card, giving LAFC the win on that one.
Yeah.
If I remember right. No, actually, no. I think they tied. Actually, sorry, my bad. LAFC still can't beat a team that's down.
No.
If I remember right, they tied, and Jack's got 3 points.
Fucking
Let's
Jays.
go.
I don't
But
even know how we did, to be honest with you.
well, I'll get into that. Jacks, don't look at it. I want to read our points yet.
Okay, I mean,
All
I
right.
already peeked at it before, but I just closed it again.
Um, but other news in soccer, have you guys heard of a team called Wrexham FC? Well,
Is that the
AFC.
one from what's his name? The actors?
This is Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah.
and Rob McKinley, or whatever you pronounce his last name,
Yeah.
co-owners of the Welsh soccer team.
Yeah.
Well, they just won over the weekend, or just last week, like I think on Friday, on a giant win of six
Nice.
to nothing, and they got promoted into the next league.
So
So
they're
this
in
is
the
this.
third, right?
So they've been back to back promotions. Um, and so Jack, so in England, they since there's so many teams,
Mm-hmm.
um
They're second
that
in Football League
that
2.
yeah, so like they're still all pro teams. They're just either like you can get
Division.
relegated. You
Mm,
can get relegated after the season if you do poorly, and then you have to get promoted to get back up into that league. But you only
Gotcha.
get relegated to the league below you.
mm.
So like the main leagues that everyone knows of in England is Premier League and Champions League.
I've heard of
Um,
Premier.
so Premier League is the big one in England. So Premier League is the same pyramid system where Ryan Reynolds' team is in.
Gotcha.
Um, and so when Ryan Reynolds and Rob, when they purchased the team, they were in like the National League, which is third from the bottom. And there are 24 teams in that league. Um, and then you can get promoted into League Two, then League One, then Championship, and then Premier League. So right now they're in League One, so they're the third from the top. Um, and so like this is how the pyramid system goes. So in Premier League, there's 20 teams. Then it goes one, two, three, four. Next four leagues have 24 teams, and the one below that has 44 teams. Then the one below that at the bottom it has 88 teams. Yeah, it's crazy. Um, and right now
Speechless over here.
The what?
they're on a back to back
Promotion.
promotion. And
Nice.
someone did the math. If they were to continue doing this, they can reach the Premier League into the season of 2026 to 2027. So
So
pretty
two,
close
3 years.
in two
Yeah.
years.
Nice.
Um, but that they have to continue on getting better and better, which they have been ever since Ryan Reynolds and Rob have purchased the team. They've
Yep.
only made the team better. But I'm a big fan of the team, and so seeing that, I wanted to bring onto the pod.
Da.
Um, but yeah, very very cool for them. Very excited for them. Um, and then our other news is just we're gonna go over the MLS team slash player of the week and standings. So we're gonna go over the player of the week. Um, it's Leon Messi.
Of
He scored
course.
one goal and got one assist.
Of
Um,
course.
and then team of the week we have Bugsez, uh, Novato, Messi, Tommy, Evander, Gomez, Payne still again, Willie, Bartolo, Wagner, and Freeze. Then our coach of the week is Ben Olsen from Houston.
Nice.
And then on to our standings. This week we're gonna start off with the Eastern Conference. Um, well, we have a new leader.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is Miami tied with New York Red Bulls at 15 points. Then we have Philadelphia and Columbus at 13 points, Cincinnati at 12, Atlanta and Charlotte at 11, Montreal and Toronto and DC at 10, Chicago at 9, New York City and Orlando at 8, Nashville at 7, and New England at 4. Now on to our Western Conference, we have a new leader as LA Galaxy destroyed Vancouver this weekend, gaining them the lead at 15 points. Vancouver and Houston at 13 points. Real Salt Lake and Colorado at 12 points. LAFC, Minnesota, and St. Louis at 11 points. Kansas City at 10. Portland and Austin at 9. Seattle at 6. Dallas at 5. And San Jose at 3. Now, let's get into how well we did this weekend with our predictions.
Let's go.
So, on a match number 1, like we just went over this with Portland versus LAFC. Um, there was a red card from the keeper in the 46th minute or 48th minute.
Oh,
So pretty much
Clay
the
wants to
start of the.
Don't worry about that.
I just heard tapping on the mics.
Tap, 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 tap. Relax.
Um,
This is in your wall.
it was a tie game. It was a 2-2 tie, giving Jax 3 points.
Let's
Fucking A.
go. I am
Back-to-back weeks, Jax.
Mm-hmm.
Match number 2, we had DC United versus Orlando City. We all thought DC was going to win at 2-0. Well, they lost 3-2 to Orlando. It's a big win for them. And then match number 3, we all guessed New York Red Bulls were going to win against Chicago.
Chicago.
It was a 0-0 tie. So none of us got points.
Mm-hmm.
And we all guessed Seattle was going to win against Dallas.
Nope. 0-0.
It was a 0-0 tie. Then Sporting
I
Kansas
knew
City
I should have guessed
versus
more
Inter
0-0s.
Miami.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first match that we all predicted that we were all different.
Mm-hmm.
So someone was getting points. Well, Jack's got that 1 point with 3-2 Miami.
Fucking A.
And then it was on to RSL versus Columbus Crew. We all thought RSL was going to win. It was a 0-0 tie.
Let me down.
Then on to the Vancouver Whitecaps versus LA Galaxy. Jackson, I thought Vancouver was going to win, but Lobo, you get the 1 point for it being 3-1 Galaxy.
Da.
On to match number 8, we had San Jose versus Colorado. Lobo and I, we thought Colorado was going to win, while Jackson thought it was going to tie. Well, Lobo and I get 1 point as it was 3-0 Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I was so close to getting 3 points. And then on our match number 9, we had Atlanta United versus Philadelphia. Well, Jackson, I thought it was going to be Philadelphia. Well, Lobo, you get 1 point as it was 2-2 tie.
Nice.
Match number 10. We had St. Louis versus Austin. Everyone was different, so someone was walking away with a point. Well, Lobo, you thought it was gonna be a tie. Jax, you thought it was Austin. I go away with 1 point as it was 1-0 St. Louis.
Ooh.
Now on
Nice.
to our points of the week, as this is I got 2 points, Jax got 4 points, and Lobo, you got 3 points.
There we go.
I'm coming for you.
Slowly. Damn, Clay, you're falling behind.
It is a 10-point lead against me for you, Lobo, but only a 2-point lead on Jax.
It's all right. A win's a win so far.
I'm coming
So
for it.
I'm
Slowly.
at 25 points, Jax is at 33 points, and Lobo is at 35
35.
points.
That last week really helped you a lot. Those 8 points.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit, yeah.
Yep. Still not your lowest, Jax, as you know your two lowest are ones. But
Mhm.
that is your lowest though, Lobo, at
Yeah,
3.
ties with 3.
You tied for your first week.
Yeah. Time to repeat. 5, 4, 5.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that is all our soccer news. So if you guys have anything
Ooh,
you want to bring
nice.
up, because
Wow.
that's all I have.
No, not really. Let's jump into some pro wrestling, specifically what we just heard. We're gonna bypass that preview that we have for Monday Night Raw here real quick. We did have this earlier for what's it called, for one of our news updates, as Rhea Ripley was injured backstage brawl last week on Raw against Liv Morgan and might have to vacate the title. Well, it is now confirmed, as she was it already popped up on Instagram and everything. She
Mhm.
popped the promo and she has to vacate the title due to an arm injury.
I'm sad, and now I dislike Liv Morgan.
I know I cannot dislike Liv Morgan. I am a big fan of Liv Morgan, but this is definitely sad
Yeah.
because she was in such a reign right now.
Nah, Rhea definitely was the one that instigated the fight. I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah, the way she is, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But it kind of sucks, you know. Wish it wasn't that, but sometimes you gotta go away. I think I don't remember if it was collarbone um or her shoulder, but it's that she was definitely in the sling. Let's see if we could bring it up. Does it say exactly what the injury is? It does not say
I'll keep drilling into it, though.
there. Okay. Well, besides that tonight, let's go over what's supposed to happen tonight on Monday Night Raw. We have scheduled for tonight's matches Sami Zayn to put up his title against Chad Gable, the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We got Jey Uso going up against Finn Balor.
All right.
That one should be good. We got Andrade El Idolo, formerly known as El Idolo.
And now it's just Andrade for people like me.
He's going up against Dominic Mysterio. They have this little beef from before WrestleMania and after. Rhea responds to Liv's attack, but obviously she vacates their title. Sheamus is set to make his return tonight on Monday Night Raw.
Let's
So
go.
I know you're excited about that, Jax. You remember Sheamus, right, Clay?
Yeah, I know Sheamus, yeah.
Yeah, so he's bound to make his return. He's been out of action for, I want to say, almost a full year. I want to say close to 8 months.
Yeah, I would say 8 to 10 months.
Yeah,
He's been out for a little bit. Because I remember he was definitely at SummerSlam or WrestleMania,
last year, yep.
and then he did a few other things, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, he had an injury, so he had to step away. Um, Also scheduled for tonight on Raw, Candice LeRae and Indian Hartwell versus Evie Neal and Maxine Dupree. I have a feeling that Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae are gonna break up here.
So
August.
Sheamus last fought August 18th, 2023.
Almost 8 months, 7 months.
Yeah.
But glad to see him back. But like I was saying, I think Indy and Candice LeRae are gonna break up here. Uh, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter versus Chelsea Green and Piper Nevin. Okay. And
Yeah.
then we got Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre are scheduled to appear as well. Um,
Yeah.
I know Jay won the number one contenders for the World Heavyweight Championship,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know where we're gonna deal with that, but
I don't think Drew's focus is going to change towards Cody Rhodes and the Universal World Champ.
me neither.
It would make sense for him just to stay on the World Heavyweight.
Yeah, agreed. There was some news more about Drew here in a bit that we'll get to. Um, Now we're gonna review tomorrow's show of NXT. We have Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes in a steel cage match. That's gonna be great.
Great match.
Yes, we got Dijak versus Noam Dar in a singles match. Solo Ruka versus Lola Vice in a singles match. And
I don't know why, but now I want a Miami Vice to drink. Just because Soluka.
Lola Vice.
Well, I think it's Sol
Ruka.
Ruka gives me the Miami vibe, and then Lola Vice gets the Vice for Miami Vice, baby. And now I'm craving strawberry and coconut.
Jesus.
So bad.
Then we got Rich Holiday and Joaquin Wild for a singles match on NXT tomorrow. That steel cage match should be the main event. That's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna make a prediction here. Trick Williams is gonna end up getting that victory.
I agree with that. As much as I want to see Carmelo win,
Yeah.
we've talked about it enough about why Carmelo would lose.
Yeah, and with more news coming up on that here in a bit, we'll talk about that. But I definitely see Carmelo losing, unfortunately. And then for Wednesday night's AEW Dynamite, we got quite a few matches announced already. We got TNA champion Adam Copeland and Willow Nightingale versus Brody King and the TBS champion Julia Hart going at it in a mixed tag. We got Will Ospreay versus Claudio Castagnoli. That's gonna be a banger. That's gonna be a banger. Then we got the Elite, the Young Bucks, and Kosushika Okada versus Penta El Cero Miedo, Pac, and Daniel Garcia. We got Deonna Purrazzo versus Mariah May. John Moxley returns to AEW as the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion from New Japan Pro Wrestling. He won it this last week. We'll go over that show in a bit as well. We got Chris Jericho and Taz meeting up with Taz as the mediator with who? I think that was supposed to say Hook. But anyways, we got the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe to speak and also Swerve Strickland to speak. And this is the go-home show before their next pay-per-view here this weekend.
Gotcha.
Which I think Swerve is going to win the world title this weekend as well. So excited for
Makes
that.
sense.
Yeah. Let's talk about what happened on SmackDown now. There was a little bit of craziness. We did talk a little bit about it last week as it was going on. We had what's called LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, and Santos Escobar competing a triple threat. The winner of that will fight this next week on SmackDown for the number one contendership match. LA Knight gets a big win here. Then we had a Bloodline promo with the debut of New Japan's formerly from New Japan, Tama Tonga, debuting and kicking pretty much Jimmy Uso out of the Bloodline.
And what a beautiful setup.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like Solo Sikoa is either trying to take over the Bloodline and be the new tribal chief, or there's something more behind there.
I think it's The Rock.
Yeah,
Rock gave him the orders.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are leaning that way as well.
I see it because I mean, Solo is definitely holding himself as I'm the boss here, but in the end, Solo is a follower. So that's where I see The Rock coming into play.
At least the way they put Solo.
Hmm. Or is it Solo's finally breaking the mold and popping out of his shell?
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh,
Hold on, you cut off. Why does he?
he's just gone.
Yeah. There you go.
what the shit.
You just cut off, dude. What the fuck did you press?
I didn't press anything. It just, it's,
Cut off.
no, I was gonna say I don't see it that way. I feel like if Sokoa is actually wants to be, the tribal chief, he would have said that I'm taking over and then would have done
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
They're
with
putting
him
enough
saying,
doubt. They're putting enough doubt to see maybe him, maybe The Rock, like you said.
Hmm. Well, the thing
No,
is The Rock did say that he was stepping away. And was that a play? Or was that him being serious? I think it's more serious than anything. And by the most of it, we will see Solo appearing as the head.
For now.
And then maybe The Rock kicking over and being like, oh yeah, it was me the whole time. Oh, wait.
You're dropping. What the fuck? How's the internet on there?
Here it seems fine.
Yeah, there's.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, you keep dropping off.
I don't know what's going on. I'm not pressing it.
Okay. Oops. There we go. Fuck me. This thing is
You're
weird.
pressing too many buttons,
Yeah.
man.
Well, after that, we had we'll get more into the bloodline story later because there's, like I said last week on Friday, there's more of their family out there working in other companies. So if they do a big merge or get those talents at least,
Yeah.
it could get very crazy. Maybe even a three-way battle for the tribal chief, which would be crazy.
I think it'd be interesting to see a tribal chief go away from WWE.
Do you mean to another company?
Yeah.
That'll be interesting because there's also other groups that have done it, like the Bullet Club, which Cody Rhodes was a part of. He throws it up every now and then. So there's a lot of members in AEW. Most of them are Bullet Club, or quite a few of them. So there's a lot of that. The next match was Braun Breaker versus Cameron Grimes. I could not say that right now. Cameron Grimes.
Cameroon.
But Braun Breaker obviously gets a big win here. Like I said, we talked about this. We're pretty sure that he's gonna be a breakout star here soon. Probably as I predicted last week. I kind of think he's gonna go after Logan Paul sooner than later and take that title away.
I kind of see it. It's just a bully match for Logan. So
yeah. But we did have also Naomi defeat Tiffany Stratton. This is Tiffany's first loss in the main roster, like actual loss that she gets, like not involving a lot of crazy shit. So a little disappointing, but okay. You can't win them all. Then we got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defeat Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Okay. Not too excited about that match. Then we got the other triple threat match of Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio, and AJ Styles. AJ Styles defeats Rey with it was a great sequence to win the match. It was a little crazy, but love it. So AJ Styles will face LA Knight this SmackDown on Friday for the number one contendership for Cody's WWE Universal Championship. So it's a rematch from WrestleMania. Hopefully they have more time to continue to be able to work.
yeah, because if I remember right, they just had a very standard match.
Yeah, so hopefully this brings up the level, and yeah, we'll see. And then next we're gonna take a little break here, guys. As it's almost an hour, we're gonna take about a 5-10 minute break. Is that all right with you guys? Yeah. And then so just wait up here, guys. Give us a minute. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Jokkerz Wildside Corner. Let's continue where we left off to AEW Rampage from this the fuck was it? Friday. It was Friday. The show starts off with Orange Cassidy defeating Alex Reynolds by pinfall. Uh, Berta walks out and interrupts. Chuck Taylor interrupts as they were all part of the same crew here. Um, uh, it looks like there's a little bit of what do you call that? Um, like problems here with the best friends, as Trent Beretta seems uh quite focused on attacking Orange Cassidy. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, just contention.
definitely, definitely that. Um, then Anna Jay questions why everyone's messing around, kissing and drinking champagne. Okay, probably backstage segment. Okay. Julia Hart defeats Layla Hirsch. I'm gonna say that's her name. In an eliminator match for the AEW TBS Championship for number one contender. Jesus Christ, these dogs.
What did you say?
I don't need to see that. Uh,
It's the peanut butter baby, but worse.
don't want to watch it. Anyways, Don Callis talks about Power of Haas and some other stuff. As they will face the Blackpool Combat Club's Castanoli and Brian Danielson. Sorry. Uh, Zach Knight defeats Angelo Parker by pinfall. There's an attack after that with Parker. Kyle O'Reilly calls out Rocky Romero. That's right, Rocky.
Rocky.
Yeah, he's one of my acquaintance from LA when I wrestled out there.
Nice.
But O'Reilly beats the snot out of him, and then
Get wrecked.
yeah, get right. And then O'Reilly's goons end up destroying Rocky Romero. So part of the show, you know. And then the show ends up with Jay White from the Bullet Club Gold defeating Matt Sydal. Jay White's back. I'm glad to see him back on TV for sure, as they're probably one of the brighter spots of AEW last year, especially with the guns.
Bang.
Yep. Now let's go into Saturday's Collision here. Actually, no. Before that, we're going to jump all the way down to the New Japan show in Chicago, the Windy City Riot on the 12th as well. We had quite a few matches, and we got a big title change, but there was a few title changes. The show started off with Matt Vandegrift versus Zane J. Matt wins. This one's not too big names. It was just okay. Then we had Trish Adora and Alex Windsor versus Mina Shirakawa and Viva Vaughn. Trish and Alex won. Then we had Minoru Suzuki, the legend Suzuki, versus Ren Narita. Ren is up and coming, so I guess this is why they did that. He wins there. Then we had Eddie Kingston with the surprise team versus Gabe and a surprise team. Eddie Kingston team was Jeff Cobb, TJP, and Homicide. Homicide is also a pretty big legend. He was also in TNA back in the day. And then Gabe had Dave Finley, Kenta, and Clark Connors. And Gabe and his team take the big win. After that, we had the IWGP, oh no, sorry, the New Japan Strong Tag Team titles on the line, as Hikuleo and Phantasmo put up the titles against TMDK's Shane Haste and Mike Nichols. Again, also against Tom Lawler and Fred Rossi versus Royce Isaac and Gerald Nelson. And there is new champions as TMDK. Shane Haste and Mike Nichols take the win and the titles from El Fantasma and Hikuleo.
Nice.
Yes, new champions. Then we got the infamous from Peru in Mexico. She's wrestling really big in Mexico. Stephanie Vacari, a beautiful Peruvian lady, very strong wrestler. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. She comes out with
I've seen her
horns.
with the horns.
Yeah, freaking great
Ooh,
wrestler,
I love that purple belt.
right?
Ooh,
That
I
that,
want that
that
purple belt.
that's her New Japan World TV Championship right there. That's the one from this week,
That is so good looking.
right? She is. I mean, yes, it is the title, but she beats AZM for the and it retains her title. Like I said, she's a very good wrestler. Uh, she knows what she's doing in there. She's also CMLL's Mexico Promotions Women Champion as well. So she's a double belt holder and retains her title here. Then we had Matt Riddle versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the New Japan World Television title. And Zack Sabre Jr. defeats Matt Riddle and is the new World Television title. Very good match. Matt Riddle with the physicality and Zack Sabre Jr. not far behind with the technicality and breaking them down.
Nice.
Very good match. We also had Jack Perry versus Shoto Umino. Jack Perry, obviously the one with that fought CM Punk in that famous all in or all out. Don't remember which one, but the one in London. Um, but Shoto Umino takes a big win here. Um, then we had Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Zach. No, uh, the Zigzag, not Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler, versus Tomohiro Ishii, the Pitbull. Um, Great match. This is showing Nick Nemeth has a different style of wrestling besides just what WWE had shown for him,
Yeah.
which I'm glad to see. We
I,
also
I like to see the fighters branching out. It's very nice to
yes,
see.
definitely. We had Mustafa Ali versus Hiromu Takahashi. Uh, Very crazy wrestler, both of them. This was such a great match. We need to actually react to this one, I think, one day soon.
All right.
As they're both very intense in what they do. And then to close out the show, we had the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship on the line as the champion Tetsuya Naito fought challenger John Moxley. And like I mentioned earlier,
Mm-hmm.
John Moxley is your new IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in a great match. John was bloody, a mess. I thought Naito was going to retain, to be honest, Joe. I didn't think John had a chance, but
I didn't
okay.
think. I was thinking Naito as well, and just John Moxley, a little left field.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, that was a great show. Give it a 2 thumbs up. Uh, I need to rewatch and maybe give it an official review, but I only saw highlights. So, uh, getting it ahead of us now. Let's go into AW Collision on Saturday the 13th. Uh, the broadcast begins showing that title win from John Moxley. Big win from there. Then we have the Blackpool Combat Club, Brian Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli, uh, cutting a promo on the Don Callis family. Then we had excuse me, House of Black defeating Top Flight and Action Andretti at a 6-man tag match. They win by pinfall.
Nice.
Then we had a little segment with Laurie Neri, Tony Storm, and AZM that we just talked about in New Japan as well. It's getting a little weird there, but hey, I'm all for it. Swerve, Swerve Strickland is shown in a bit in training montage. They're just building up for that title match versus Samoa Joe. Very excited about that one. I think Swerve is the guy to put the title on and watch him take off because the fans and even us, like we're fans, but we also have to be a little unbiased as much as we can. But
Yeah.
we love it. Or at least I think so. They also flash back to Wednesday's Dynamite to see Chris Jericho talking to Taz about Hook and all that stuff. It seems like there's a little tension there between both of them. Shibata defeats Lee Moriarty by pinfall. Despite being interfered by Antony, Shibata. Oh, after that, Shane Taylor comes out and also helps beat down Shibata, and then Hooks come out to save it for the save there.
Nice.
Nair speaks on Athena, Billy Shart's Red Velvet, and the ROH Championship. So seems like there might be a big match coming up for the Women's Championship there. There's some more stuff with Redrick Strong in there. Him talking.
Just toughen them up.
Pretty much. We had Daniel Garcia versus Angelico by pinfall. Man, we haven't seen him in AEW in a while. Really since the first few years. Yeah, wow. After getting smoked by a chair shot, Okada from last week, Pac calls out Okada. Uh, it seems like they're gonna have the fight this weekend at Dynasty for that. I don't remember what title he has, but Okada's championship belt. Tony Storm defeats AZM. AZM had 2 losses back to back. Jesus. Uh, but it looked like it was for that title. Nope, no title match. Red Velvet responds to Athena. More promos. Another promo with Mark Briscoe and the House of Black. It seems like there's going to be a fight there on Dynasty as well. More promos here with Storm, Deanna Purrazzo. More build up to Dynasty as well. Geez, so much more promos. Then we had the Blackpool Combat Club closing up the show as Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli defeat Kyle Fletcher and Powerhouse Hobbs. It seems like this is also going to build up for something else in Dynasty. So it was an okay show. There was just too many promos. It's feeling like WWE, really.
It's, just too much happening.
Yeah, for real. But other than that, that was most of the big shows here. Jesus. Let's move on to more wrestling news here. We already went over Jon Moxley is the new IWGP champion. He is the first to hold the WWE champion, an AEW champion, and the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. So that's pretty cool there. Rhea Ripley obviously will not be the champion. She has relinquished her title due to injury. But she did mention in that promo that she will be coming back for blood. And pretty much when Liv Morgan shows up, it's on site. They're fighting.
Oh, and Liv Morgan did show up. She interrupted Rhea spiel in the ring.
Cool.
And there was a bunch of security. Let's just say that.
Cool. Love it. Love it. With that, Drew McIntyre's contract is set to expire in the next 5 to 6 weeks. This is maybe why they didn't keep the title on him for very long.
Yeah, see, we talked about how Drew got his title his contract extended, but maybe it was just for this
next few weeks.
Yeah, because contracts don't have to be year contracts.
Agreed.
So it makes sense. I would almost want Drew to pick up the title just to say he had it and then lose it, or exit like how Sting did, and he has the title and he leaves and then relinquishes the title.
I don't think they're going to do that with him, unfortunately.
Yep.
Not now. I think he would have to sign an extension, but a longer one for him to get the title again. But we will see. I am hoping he stays, but I would also like to see him in AEW just Claymore kick some people, because when he first left WWE a few years ago, he went on a tour around the world. This is where he got jacked. And he definitely improved his game by a lot. So him doing that again, he might be able to branch out into those darker sides or some other shit.
He just comes back even more bulks.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Brock Lesnar big.
Who? He doesn't exist.
Not for WWE, but we're not WWE, are we? Speaking of WWE superstar, Logan Paul and his fiance, they're expecting their first child.
Congratulations.
That was so fucking believable from you, Jax. No, it wasn't.
I said congratulations. I was meaning it. That was serious congratulations.
Yeah. Do you believe that, Clay? Nope.
It was a congratulations.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Just
okay.
I don't think you really meant it, but okay. With that, WWE is planning to bring back the draft, which they do every so often. It's pretty much the main rosters, Raw, SmackDown. Sometimes a third one gets involved, but they get to draft superstars from other parts of their company. So from NXT, there's a few superstars that are considered to come up. That should be, as they say, a lock to come up.
Mm-hmm.
As we talked about in NXT, Carmelo Hayes. That's why most likely he will be losing against Trick
Yeah.
Williams, as we felt that he's ready for the main roster. We also got Ilja Dragunov is a lock to come up. He might work double duty with NXT because he is their champion till he drops it, either to Trick or to somebody else. So
Mhm.
he is probably on the come up. I do want to see. This brings some more predictions here, and I'm just gonna jump on it right quick. If if Gunther wins a heavyweight title, him and Ilja going at it will be beautiful. Because you remember the match at WrestleMania between Drew, Sheamus, and Gunther?
Mhm.
That will put that to shame. Put it that way.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's they will go at physical. Put it. Ilya is all red, not just like red. So that'll be great. And then for the women's side, supposedly a lock is what the NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez also scheduled to come up, what gets me even more excited for sure.
Oh, I know you're excited for Roxanne Perez.
Yes, I heard. Yeah. Uh, and then a little bit of unfortunate news as Biggie was on a few podcasts and a few things where he's saying that doctors have told him that he may never be cleared to wrestle again after he broke his neck a few years ago. So that sucks for him. It is
Mhm.
very bad news. He was such a cool character, but maybe he'll work backstage, announce whatever. But he'll be fine. They'll find something for him, for sure.
Yeah. Sad news.
Yes, definitely. Um, we have AEW star Rio, former champion and AEW Women's World Champion, uh, is off TV due to visa issues
Hmm.
as she's trying to work out her work visa. So
Gotcha.
yeah, so uh, it is okay. Like some of the championships she won, she shouldn't have won, to be honest with you, because she would come out of nowhere a lot and just win a title.
Gotcha.
So
Eh.
it's okay. And then we did talk about this last week, but I'm super excited about Tamatonga's debut, as we talked about it, the possibility of the bloodline storyline evolving to maybe a civil war. It's so great. Very much excited about that. But that's all our wrestling news. But before we go on to entertainment, let's pick our top 6 wrestlers of the week.
Mhm.
Let's go with your first 6, Jax.
So for my 654, I have Shibata at number 6,
Ooh,
Jay Uso at number 5, and Black Combat Club at my number 4.
okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. I see that. I see that.
Mhm.
Okay. At my number 6, I'm cheating. Solo Sokoa and Tamatanga. I really enjoyed that segment. That beatdown. I'm telling you, I wanted to put him higher, but I'm like, it's good, but there's other more things that happen.
Gotcha.
So I have him at number 6. At number 5, I have TMDK, Shane and Mike winning the um, New Japan Strong Tag Team Championships this week. At my number 4, I have Zack Sabre Jr. in that same show winning the title as well. So
Mhm.
those are my 6, 5, and 4. And what are your top 3, Jackson?
So my top 3 are your little cheaty cheat.
Uh-huh.
Is number 3 Tamatanga, as he just absolutely controlled everything around him. Solo Sokoa at my number 2, because he's seeming more of like a boss, and there's a lot of big weight behind Solo for me right now.
Okay.
And for my number 1, I got L.A. Knight. Yeah,
Yeah,
you relate on the yeah.
a little bit. I
Punishment.
wasn't expecting LA Knight to be your number 1, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's just been swinging hot. So
Okay. All right. Uh, I'll give him this though. I'll give LA Knight and just honorable mentions for me.
mhm,
It's just I think what other stuff that happened is more important.
that's fair.
So at my number 3, I have Stephanie Bakary, uh, CML Women's Champion and Strong Women's Champion. As you see, she's a very great performer, very beautiful, very strong in the ring, and defended her title this week. And she's been defending 2 double titles, so
Yeah.
strong showing from her. At my number 2 is the new number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Jey Uso. Uh, he deserves it. He won at WrestleMania. He definitely interfered, helped people interfering into the
Mm-hmm.
match. Took out his brother again on night 2, and then winning the elimination 4-way put him up there for sure. I was very close to switching 2 and 3, just because one is a title defense, but
Yeah.
Jay has been proving himself. And at number 1, I have the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, John freaking Moxley. Let's go.
See, I almost put John Moxley on my list,
Mhm.
and I just never did. So,
Mhm. Gotcha.
yeah.
But guys, those are our top 6, mine and his. Let us know what you think down on the comments. If you agree, or what's your top 6 wrestlers of the week? Let us know. But other than that, let's jump into the final segments of the night to some entertainment. Guys?
Well, for more news on Jurassic World, we have Jonathan Bailey circling lead role in the new movie from Universal. So, um, yeah, some more movement on Jurassic World. Thought it would be some decent information. Not too much other than just he's interested.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you have any,
then
do you have any other news?
I have
Topics?
I have one more bit of news. Invincible is renewed for season 4 and season 5.
Hell
So,
yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, we're going to get at least 2 more seasons out of them.
Okay. That is good. And with me knowing what's next, is going to
Mhm.
get really fucking dark. I love it. I fucking love it.
Heck yeah. All right, Clay. Hit us with what you have sent.
Yeah, I'll go with this one first. Keanu Reeves has officially been cast as Shadow in Sonic 3. And then, more exciting one, the second season of Andor has officially wrapped filming.
I'm excited about that second part. First part, I really like Keanu Reeves, but I'm not invested really in the Sonic universe. So, meh.
Yeah, I definitely feel you there. But I haven't even seen Andor, but I'm more excited for that than Sonic.
You still need to see Andor. I will
Yup.
literally come over, sit you down, and peel your eyes open and let you watch. Trust me, it's a service.
No,
Um,
I'll watch it. Just when I want to.
mhm, that's fair. But yeah, other than that, I am just out of entertainment. It's bone dry out here. That's not drama. Yeah.
Just wait till Friday, everyone.
hmm
That's when we'll have a
Friday.
bunch of fucking news.
Everything comes out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all you guys have?
That's everything I
Yeah.
have.
Okay. I just remembered about something that happened this weekend. UFC 300.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see those fights?
Nope.
Man, I'm gonna show you real quick the ending of this one here.
Oh, actually,
Mhm.
there is a little bit of news that I want to circle back around to
Go for it.
pro wrestling.
Go for it.
We just got a release of the two brand new titles,
Oh, that's right. The tag team titles.
the World Tag Team
Mhm.
titles.
They're very similar to those ones, except they're a bigger gold plate.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the gold plate on all the titles recently. Like hint gold here and there, yeah, pretty good, but there's just a lot of gold.
Yeah, agreed. But it's still they're not as bad as like I told you on
hmm
the penny looking
Yeah,
tag
the
goes.
initial release one.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the
Oh yeah,
the ending.
I've seen this fight.
Yeah, there was a lot of great finishes in this fight, in this
hmm
card. Dude was out cold.
And I saw
That's
another
tough.
one where a dude front flipped.
It was a great freaking card. I'll give him that for the 300th pay-per-view. I would give him definitely a clap. It was great. I wish I would have watched it all. I only watched the
hmm
last bit. Uh,
I was busy playing Helldivers with Clay.
yeah, you guys went at it for a while, huh?
2 days.
2 days.
That's cool. But guys, that's really all I have. Any final thoughts, Jackson, Clay?
Nah.
Oh, that's it.
All right. Well, remember, guys, join us on Friday. We will hopefully have more entertainment news and more sports news. It was kind of light today. Uh, but also remember that on this is the last week we'll be having Monday shows for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna get our schedule set up correctly, but we'll be having Fridays, and then the rest of the week we'll have recordings for you, reaction reviews, whatever you want. Let us know in the comments or in our socials, okay? Um, but remember, guys, we're just three jokers, three doofuses who love to talk about what we love: sports, wrestling, and entertainment. Some nerd stuff, if you can't tell by the background. Uh, so if you don't like what we gotta say or you get offended, move along. Hopefully, you got something better to do. Take what we say as a grain of salt. For real, it's just these are our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Also, remember to be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful for what you don't have. Just look at the news. It could always be a million times worse. There's some heinous, ugly stuff out there. Uh, and also, if you're going through anything, we all go through our stuff, our ups and downs. Um, Reach out to someone if you're going through anything mentally, physically, emotionally.
Metaphysically.
Thank you. Always forget that one. Reach out to a friend, a family. There's some lines out there, the 1-800 lines, like Logic says in his song. Reach out to us here in the comments or in our socials in Facebook, J Wildside, Instagram and X, Jokkerz Wildside. Remember, reach out. There's people that care and love for you, so we will respond to you. We'll hear you out. We understand. We all go through it. But other than that, I've been Lobo.
I've been Jax.
I've been Clay.
And this was Joker's Wildside Corner.
See ya.
See ya.